So this is my new office. There's nothing to see, so I can't even show you. But like, what's the exciting part is that I can do my lives again, like during lunchtime, because I really used to enjoy it. Like at one point, I was doing like a live like all the time, like every day at lunch or whatever. I'm not promising to that, but I thought it was really cool just to have that as an option. So now I have this office again. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, now that I have office again, because I had an office back in the day. But anyways, these could be a little bit more regular, and so I'm really excited about that. So I just wanted to come on and talk just briefly about hearing God's voice. And like, so the thing is, sometimes we make things a lot more complicated than they really have to be. So like, it might even be you making it complicated. You might honestly just don't know. It could legit be that as well. So like, I know sometimes we think of like hearing God's voice, it's going to be like this big, loud. I used to think of it. This is how I used to think of it. I used to think of it like Mufasa. You know, y'all say Lion King. So I used to think God's voice would sound like Mufasa. You know the part when like Simba's like grown up and he's like, I think in the field or something, and like Mufasa comes like this big old cloud or whatever, and like that he has that speech to like encourage him to go back and get Scar. That's how I used to think God's voice would be. So I used to think like it would be something out here loud, very loud, big boom voice, right? Not necessarily the case. I mean, it could be sometimes. There might legit be that might be how God, speaks to you in that moment. But for me, it varies, and one is kind of like so sometimes it's kind of like a really really soft voice, and it's typically telling me to do something that I wouldn't consider doing myself. Like it would be something that I wouldn't suggest for myself to do. It would be like, oh, pray for that person, or talk to that person, or hug that person, that kind of stuff. And that's not necessarily in my I wouldn't say it's not in my character, but it's like I wouldn't think to do those type of things like just like that on my own. Like literally, that's God giving me that. Or sometimes it's like the voice of God. I mean, usually for me, it sounds like my own thoughts. So it's like internal. It's not like an external thing, right? So it's like I'll be just like the other day I was praying and I was really trying to figure out, like, I have a lot going on and I'm really excited about it, but I want to be wise. I want to use the wisdom and have a strategy to it. And so like as I told you guys, I journal out my prayers, right? And so I was just writing it out and like I was requesting God, to give me wisdom and give me strategy. And so I'm gonna show you guys. This is what God gave me. This I took a picture of it so I could take it to work, so I could be productive that day. But literally, He gave me this whole list of stuff, right? And so like literally, it was one thought after another thought after another thought after another thought after another thought of just all these things. All right, do this, do this, do this, look up this, research this, read this, do this, do this. They came so quickly, and this is not uncommon when I usually go to God looking for strategy. Like it'll come like a whole bunch of ideas all at once. Like I didn't all of a sudden think of all these new things for me to do. I didn't all of a sudden have these ideas. Like that came from God. And so like God speaks to us different ways, and how He speaks to me might be different than how He speaks to the next person. But like just seek Him out. Just figure out like how, like, be open to the different ways God can speak to you. God can speak to you through other people. God can speak to you through your thoughts. God can speak to you like literally. Okay, it was this one time, like it was this one season where I just got a dog, and like I had a dog when I was really really young, but it was for a very short period of time. Since then I had never had like a dog or whatever, and so like I just got my dog Milo, and like I was just getting really frustrated because like I mean he was a puppy. He was older when I got him. He was about 7 months when I got him, so he was older. Like he wasn't like a young puppy. He was about to be a year old, and for him that would have been like an adult or whatever. But like he still had those puppy tendencies, and like he just wasn't getting it. And I was so frustrated, so frustrated, so frustrated, and so like. And I remember like I was really into like Pinterest then, and I would just scroll and scroll and scroll, and literally on my Pinterest feed. Now mind you, I didn't follow anything to do with animals or anything like that. But everything kept popping up was about dogs, how to treat them, how to communicate with them, how to do this, how to do that. And like I was like, okay, wait a minute. At first I was like, oh, that's cute or whatever, but then I was like, wait a minute, no, that's literally God using Pinterest to get this message to me. And so like whenever you're going through or even if you're not going through, just kind of just be open, like just look out to see like, okay, maybe this is a coincidence, but it's not. I promise you it's not. But like just look out how to see like how God can speak to you through so many different means. Like particularly when you're like focusing on something, or you pray for you ask him something, you're looking for an answer, like just look out, because like God's gonna do it. Like he's gonna answer you some way or the other. He's gonna, and the thing that's really cool about it is God knows how to get our attention, right? So like for me, like during that time, I was really on Pinterest a lot, and so that's how like God knew to go through Pinterest to get my attention. Like been other situations where like I might have been seeking after something or someone or whatever, and like he'll send a specific person to tell me a specific thing. And so like God knows us, he knows, like he created us, so he knows what's going to get our attention. And so you don't even have to worry about it, because like you don't even, it's not even something to figure out. Like it's good for you to be able to identify how God typically speaks to you or whatever like that. But like you don't even have to worry about that, honestly. All you have to do is just like continue to seek him, continue to ask him the questions, continue to seek the wisdom, seek advice, or whatever the strategy or whatever it is that you need, and God will make sure you get that message one way or the other. And he's proud. And like let's say and the cool thing is you don't have to worry about like missing it. You know, like sometimes we worry that, oh, I'm gonna miss it, like if I'm not paying attention, like, oh, I might not hear it, or sometimes we question it. Like God is so faithful that he will send that message multiple times to tell you the message, to confirm the message, confirm the confirmation of the first message. Like that's how faithful he is. So yeah, like, you don't have to worry about it. Like I know a lot of times I used to be in the same boat where I used to pressure. I have a lot of pressure, like really stress out over. I wouldn't say stress out, but like stress on like, am I hearing from God? Is this God? How do I know this is God? How do I know this is something else? So it's just my thoughts or whatever. Like, but the thing is, God knows how to reach us, so you don't even have to worry about that. And I think as soon as we stop worrying about trying to pinpoint exactly how he's going to do it and try to figure all that stuff out and just allow it to happen, like then it just opens us up. It opens up our ears, opens up our eyes, where we can sense it. We know what's going on. We know automatically, oh yeah, that's God. And so like the thing is, it's like he's been communicating with you the whole entire time, but you might just been questioning it. So like I really want to encourage you guys just to like let go of that, oh, how do I know it's God or not? Like, all right, now if it's like something's dumb, like, oh, he's telling you to jump off a bridge or something, clearly that wasn't God, but you would know that, you know? So like don't make it like a big deal or anything. Don't stress out about it. Don't make it bigger than it has to be. Just allow God to talk to you or communicate with you in the way that he wants to. And like it's gonna be a way that you're gonna recognize. So yeah. I just wanted to share that. I thought I had a good transition, but I don't. So, anyways, the other part thing I wanted to talk about was just like fasting. Like, I was fasting last week for a couple of days. I basically did a fast where it was like from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. All I had was water. And I was like, and like the purpose of that is I really wanted to be like, I really wanted to clear my mind. I really wanted to, strengthen my spirit, man. And I really wanted to be able to like get strategy. I was really searching for strategy and wisdom because there was a lot of decisions I had to make. I'm working on a project, and there was just a lot of decisions I had to make. And so that was my focus. And I was like, okay, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., no food. Like I'm going to, listen to worship music. I'm going to pray. I'm going to read the Bible. I'm going to like listen to sermons or whatever. But making sure that I was feeding my spirit during that time, right? And so like, let me tell you how faithful God is. Like, first of all, day one, he gave me all the answers that I was searching for as far as the project and all that stuff. And so it was like a 5-day fast or whatever I did. And so I was like, it's funny because sometimes I always think, well, if I have my answer, can I like stop the fast? And like technically you really could, but then it's like, but if you keep going, that means if he already answered everything on day one, that means he has so much more to show you or to reveal to you or whatever on the rest of those days. Because he's not just gonna have you fast and then you're not getting anything from it, right? And so it was like super awesome. Like the days after the first day, like God was still like telling me different things, like, oh yeah, and this and this and this and this and this, and it was just like amazing, right? So yesterday was my last day of the fast, right? And like, I was kind of, I was trying to figure out one of the things I've been kind of thinking about. It's like, okay, as far as my career, like, what's my next move? Like, do I need to go to get a certification? Do I need to get, like more education? Like, what is it going to take for me to like advance in my career? Like really being mindful of those type of things. And so like, there's been different opportunities that would come up, and I was pretty sure that I'm supposed to be where I am right now in this season, right? And so, but at the same time, things happen, and you're like, okay, let me start looking for something else, and that's just real. And so, like, I had an opportunity where someone like reached out to me, and for like an interview for this position. And it was a good position. It's pretty similar to what I already did. The best part about it was the fact that it was when I was going to possibly make more money than I make now. And like my prayer to God was like, honestly, God, like that's literally the only reason why I keep applying, just because of where my salary is, with my current job, right? And so I so that was my prayer, and like, because I still feel like I'm still supposed to be where I am right now. Like God has been pretty consistent about that, and that's been the way it is for, like, I've been in my job for 4 years, and the last 3 years, that's exactly where God's kind of like stance has been, like, no, stay where you are. But I always like try to figure something else out or try to do something different, and I was just really honest, like, honestly, at this point, at first it was because I have a long commute, but at this point it doesn't even bother me anymore. Like, I don't even pay much attention, and I've moved closer to my job since, and within the last couple of years, I've moved closer. So like the biggest thing at this point was just like, hey, I don't get paid that much, and like, for what I do, what they ask me, do I get paid? Two different things, and so like, I also upfront with God with that in this sense. So like yesterday, so I don't know if I told you guys, I got promoted. Like, so I had to do this big application there, whatever, that I got promoted, and with that promotion came a raise. I already knew that was going to happen. So the next part was like, at the end of the year, we had to do a faculty review and just basically talk about all the stuff we did, over the course of the year. And so then, usually, I won't say usually, but sometimes you can get a merit-based raise. So basically, if you did really well, you get like on a faculty review, there's like a score. So like if you had a really good year, it's possible that you'll get a merit-based raise. And I've been getting one the last couple of years. So I wasn't sure exactly if I would get one with get a raise, the merit-based raise plus the promotion raise. I wasn't really sure like how that was going to work, or if I would or not, or if it would just remember the promotion and that's it. So yesterday I got a letter, and it was like, oh, you got a merit-based raise, so that's the one right there. And then it was like something else underneath where it was talking about like, I forgot the exact wording, and I was like, well, it was a base increase, and I was like, okay, well, does that mean, is that the promotion one? And I was looking at it, but I was like, for promotion, there's a specific amount of money. Like, this is what you get for promotion, flat out. This is what you get. But that number wasn't matching the number that was on my paper. So I was like, well, did they do something different, or did something? I was really confused, right? So then I called the lady who sends out those type of paperwork and all that stuff, and she basically told me, it was like, oh, well, the first one, you got a merit-based raise, and so that was from last year. And then she said the second part of that letter was that the base salary for my position increased. There was an increase for the base salary, and because I was under what that base rate was, well, that the base rate is going to be, they bumped me up to the base rate, right? So that's two raises right there. And so then I asked, okay, that's cool. Is this kind of like still promotion? Because I wanted to make sure. She was like, oh no, this is something completely different from promotion. So that means that's 3 raises right there. And now my salary is what the other position salary would possibly be. And like that other position had like a range, and that the upper end of what that salary would have offered for that other position is what my salary just became. Isn't that crazy? Like, isn't that super awesome? Like, literally. And this is when I tell you guys, like, tell God everything. Tell him everything that you're worried about. Tell him everything you're concerned about. Tell him everything. Because, like, the thing is, it's like, God cares about those things, And, like, I told you, like, goodness and mercy follows me all the days of my life. And so, like, and the thing is, it's like, that is just crazy, right? So I can't even get the words out. But, like, God is so awesome. He's such a good father and so giving that, he wants to give to his kids. So, like, tell him what it is you want. Tell him the things that you're worried about. And, like, watch him work. Allow God to move on your behalf. Like, I legit just got 3 raises in one day. Are you crazy? Like, that's crazy. Like, that's, like, who does that? Like, God, apparently. And so, yeah, like, no, seriously, like, when I tell you guys to, like, give him, like, the verse is, cast your cares on the Lord and he will sustain you. or it could be, because he cares for you. There's two verses that are very similar, but the one that I was thinking about was that he'll sustain you. But like, anyways, I know seriously, like, give him over to him, tell him about your issues, tell him what's positive, even some things that you're happy about. Like, tell him everything. Like, don't hold anything back from God, because then that's you inviting him to be able to move into that situation. Like, don't go looking like anyone else to help you in the situation or whatever. Like, go to God, because He can do things that literally make absolutely no sense. Like, why would I get 3 raises in one day? Like, that doesn't happen. Like, but in the kingdom, it clearly does. So, like, seriously. So, I hope that encourages you guys just to, like, really give it all over to God and just allow Him to work. Because, like, seriously, this has been, like, the craziest. That was literally the craziest thing that's happened to me at my job since I've been here. Like, so yeah, I'm really happy about that. So, yeah. I will talk to you guys later. I was trying to figure out how to end this, but I don't know, because I'm still kind of like, yikes, this is a lot. This is really awesome, though. So, yeah, I want to encourage you guys to just for real, like, give it all over to God, let Him know everything, and then invite Him into those situations, even the things that don't even seem like a big deal. Like, I know sometimes we'll keep things to ourselves, like, oh, I'm not going to bother God about that. Oh, I'm not going to bother God about that. It's not a bother. He literally wants to be in every aspect of our life. So allow Him to be in every aspect of your life. And then just watch Him bless you. So I hope that encourages you guys. I'll talk to you guys later.